We're making crispy beef stir fry with beef that actually stays crispy, it's super easy to make and tastes absolutely incredible. Let's get straight into it. Starting out, we're going to need one brown or yellow onion, which we can remove both the root and the tip, slice it in half and then remove any of the peels, and these can be saved for a stock. We're then going to slice this in the half moon position, making thin strips, and when you get about 3/4 of the way through, just lay it flat to continue slicing safely. Next is one red bell pepper or capsicum. You can pretty much use any colour for this recipe, and everyone slices these differently. I like to slice them in half and then just pick out the seeds and the stem, also removing any pith with your hands. You can do it all sorts of different ways by standing it up and slicing around that core if you wanted to, and also give it a bang on the bench to remove any excess seeds. I like to then slice each half into quarters to make it easier to work with, push it down flat on the bench, and then just slice these into thin, even-sized strips. 3 spring onions or scallions are going to be used in this recipe and they are optional, but I do recommend using them. Start by removing that root, and then we're going to separate the green stem from the white root end, and we're going to be using these in 2 different parts. As for the root ends, slice these into about 2-inch pieces, and these are going to be used in the stir fry. And as for the stems, we're going to slice these on a slight angle to create diamond or oval shaped pieces, and these are going to be used as a garnish, but like I said, this is completely optional. To enhance the flavour of our sauce, we're going to need 2 cloves of garlic that can be ran along a microplane to create a paste. You can also do it on a fine box grater, and you can also roughly chop it, but making a paste creates a lot better flavour for this type of recipe. 1 long red chili is also optional. You don't have to use this if you're not a fan of the heat. We're going to remove the stem and then just slice these into thin rounds the whole way across. This will be used as a garnish, but you can also put it into the sauce if you like that extra heat. Last but not least, we're going to need 300 grams of either rump, scotch or ribeye. Ribeye and scotch are the same thing, there's just no bone included in scotch. And with this, we're going to slice it across the grain to break up the muscle fibers and tissue, and this will result in a lot more tender beef. But what we're looking for is a nice thin, even-sized strip, just looking like this. Now, you may or may not have noticed that I'm using Koi Knife's new bamboo collection currently being launched on Kickstarter, and if you're interested, head over to back the project with the link in the description and choose either 1, 2 or all 3 of the knives I'm using. They'll add a 4th knife to the collection if they reach their goal. Also, I want to disclaim that I'm not being paid to say this nor show the knives. Okay, back to the video. We're going to add the beef to a large mixing bowl, and we're going to follow that up with 20 milliliters of low sodium soy sauce. And then we're going to add in 3.5 grams of bicarb soda, which is called leveling, and this is going to change the physical composition of the meat fibers and result in a lot more tender beef. And also just make sure you season this up with a little bit of ground white pepper. I don't recommend adding salt in this recipe, just due to the fact that we're using soy sauce. Give this a really good mix through and allow it to marinate for about 30 minutes. Also for the beef, we're going to need 100 grams of corn flour, and this is going to be used to fry the beef. Last but not least, for our sweet chili sauce, we're going to need 40 milliliters of low sodium soy sauce, 90 grams of sweet chili sauce, 30 grams of tomato ketchup, and that's just plain tomato sauce, 20 milliliters of rice wine vinegar, 10 milliliters of sesame oil, the 2 cloves of garlic that we pasted up before, and then season to taste with ground white pepper. Give this a really good mix through with a whisk, mainly breaking up the garlic, and I'll leave a list of ingredients in the description if there is something that you may or may not be able to use. Now what we're doing here is completely optional, but place a large pan over a medium-high heat, add in 10 grams of sesame seeds, and then just simply toast these for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, just until they're nice and golden brown and fragrant. These are going to be used as a garnish, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to. As for the beef, we're going to place a large wok or pot over a high heat, add in enough neutral flavoured oil of your choice to fill it about halfway full, and then we're going to heat this to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the oil's at the right temperature, we're going to transfer the beef over to the corn flour mix and then give this a really good mix through and a good dusting. Just make sure that beef is completely covered all over. I have also deliberately used more corn flour than necessary just to ensure that this beef is completely coated, because if we don't cover it completely, it will end up being soggy even after being cooked. As for cooking the beef, we're going to do this in batches. Don't overcrowd the pan, otherwise you'll cool down the oil too much and this won't become crispy. And we're going to cook this for about 2 to 2.5 minutes, just until it's nice and golden brown like this, and obviously crispy on the outside. And then use a kitchen spider to remove it and drain off that excess oil, placing it onto a plate lined with kitchen towel, which will catch even more oil. In between each batch as well, I recommend allowing the oil to reheat for about 1 minute just to achieve the best crispiness possible. And once you're finished with the oil, just remove it off the burner, allow it to completely cool down, and then you can drain it and reuse it. Place another large pan over a high heat. This time we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of peanut oil and then add in the sliced onion and the sliced bell pepper or capsicum, and we're going to fry this off for about 3 minutes just to get a nice golden colour on it and for that onion to start becoming translucent. It's not going to be fully cooked at this stage because we are going to continue cooking it by adding in more ingredients, but just concentrate on mixing it around and getting that nice colour. Next to go in is the spring onion or scallion stems and continue frying off for about 1 minute. We don't want to cook these all the way. It is nice to have a little bit of a crunch on these. It adds great texture to the final product. With that done, we can then transfer in the sauce. I recommend giving it a little bit of a whisk before adding it in and make sure you scrape the bowl. Then follow that up with all of that crispy beef and then get in there with some tongs and mix this all together really well. I recommend lowering the heat to medium at this stage, and all we have to do now is mix this together until everything is coated. During this time, the sauce will reduce and stick to all of the ingredients, and then once all of that's done and you have something that looks like this, we can then remove it from the stovetop. Now as for serving, you can serve this with whatever you want. I am serving it with rice, and I'm assuming that you guys are sick of seeing me cook rice, so I decided not to show it, but the recipe is in the description. And with whatever you serve this with, just lay this over the top or serve it on its own, and then garnish with those sesame seeds, which are optional, the chili, which is also optional, and the spring onion, which is again optional. But what we're then left with is this beautiful crispy sweet chili stir fry that smells and looks absolutely incredible. With everything said and done, all of the preps out the way, the best thing that's left to do is, of course, we can then dig in. I understand that meals like this can take a little bit longer to prep. Having good equipment, sharp knives, all of that type of stuff definitely helps. But once everything is all together, it only takes a few minutes to cook, or 10 minutes in this case. And obviously, if you're doing the rice, it can go on the background whilst you're doing everything else. Flavour in this is absolutely incredible. It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit spicy, there's all of that umami flavour, and the beef stays crispy as well in that sauce, so it's a win-win all over. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button, it really does help me out, and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.